Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking Scream 8 once again, and I want to address the new rumors and updates that are out there that apparently there are some rewrites and some delays in the Scream production, okay? Which I don't believe, and I'm going to explain why I don't believe this. But this is also a hard video because something that I will share with you guys about Hayden Panettiere might not paint her in a good light. And I kind of don't want to do that to her. She just passed, and I have nothing but respect for her. Even on my social media accounts, I've only maybe made one or two posts since she passed because I don't want to be one of these accounts that, like the ones that I have seen, that are constantly posting Hayden Panettiere content. And to me, that seems vile. It seems like they are just taking advantage and benefiting from her passing and using her. They pretend that they're doing it because they love her, because they want to speak and honor her. But to me, it just seems like you're just trying to get clicks. You're trying to use her for your own engagement and your own content purposes. And I find that disgusting. Okay? So I don't want to do that. But the reason why I don't believe the new rumors has to do with some information that I had received about her regarding Scream 6. But we will get to that later. So for now, let's just get into what we want to discuss, okay? So what I want to discuss is what are the new rumors for Scream. Like I said before, there's a rumor that there are delays and rewrites happening to the Scream 8 script. And apparently they have to do with the sudden passing of Hayden. And the accounts that are reporting or commenting on this, and the reason why they're saying that there are rewrites has to do with the fact that Kirby was going to be a big part of Scream 8, which I don't believe. So the question is, was Kirby going to be on this script? To me, it wouldn't make sense for Kirby to be in Scream 8, okay? Because number one, why would she be on Scream 8? Doesn't make sense. If Scream 8 is going to be another Sidney movie, which it should be, because after the success of Scream 7 and Neve Campbell proving that Sidney Prescott is a huge draw for all kinds of audiences to go watch Scream, they would be stupid to now move away from Sidney and do a completely different story. Like I said in my last video, it would be stupid to have a Gale story. It would also be very silly and pointless to have a Kirby story, or even Chad and Mindy to have their own movie. Those characters, they belong on streaming series, not for them to have their own movie. That's just the way it is. I also don't think that the franchise should keep moving forward with Sidney. People trying to kill her constantly seems ridiculous to me. But with the success of the last one, it kind of makes sense for them to do at least one more with Sidney and maybe pass, the story to Tatum. That's kind of where they should move. Or a completely, refresh, reboot, and start over with brand new characters. But that also gives a little bit of hesitation because after so many people complain and are still complaining about the Carpenter sisters in 5 and 6, it seems like a risk to also start with a reboot, okay? So, in my opinion, Kirby would not have been part of Scream 8 even if it is a Sidney story. Because even though they know each other, even though they have some history because of what happened on Scream 4 and their connection there, the only connection really is Jill. So for Sidney to let Kirby be in her life, that's only going to bring trauma to Sidney of how her niece tried to kill her. Is it her niece or her cousin? Her cousin. I don't remember now. But it'll bring trauma into her life that is unnecessary. I don't think she would want that, right? Now, you could say that they're going to bring Kirby back to be the FBI agent working on whatever case is happening on Scream 8. But to me, that also doesn't make sense because in Scream 6, we did learn that she was fired from the FBI. So she's no longer an agent. So in what capacity would Kirby be involved in a Scream 8 story involving Sidney? None, in my opinion. So that's why I don't think she would have been part of Scream 8. So, another reason why I don't believe why Kirby was going to be in the movie, and this is where I have a little story to share that it's hard for me to talk about because, again, I don't want to use this video as a means for me to gain anything or to say anything negative about Hayden Panettiere. But I'm going to share it so you understand why, in my opinion, she was not going to be brought back to any movie because Spyglass would not take her back. And this is what I have to say. So, a couple of years ago, someone that works in the Scream movies at a high level, someone well known, who has also been in other movies and involved in other horror movies that all of you love and talk about constantly on social media, and you use their gifs and their memes. This person shared to me that during the filming of Scream 6, Hayden Panettiere, though lovely and nice to and a nice person to work with, the studio and the production was having a difficult time with Hayden because of her just personal problems. Whether it be, I'm not going to go there, but let's just say because of her personal problems in her life, okay? And they had such a hard time with her that the way he framed it and how he explained it to me, and I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to say anything that could harm her or her, her image in any way, because I do respect her, would not seem to me logical that the studio would take another risk of bringing her back to other movies because they know that there is a chance that they could have similar problems with her again, like the ones they faced with her on 6. So people saying that there are rewrites happening right now because of her passing and because Kirby was a major character in the script, I don't believe it. There's just no way that the studio would allow that for those two reasons. It doesn't make sense for the story. There's no reason for her to be in Sidney's life. If it is a Sidney story, which in my opinion, it will most likely be a Sidney story. And two, because of her personal problems got in the way during Scream 6, there's no way that Spyglass would have wanted her to come back and, possibly cause issues during production and during filming, which is sad to say that. So where do these rumors come from? Where do they start? Where do people get the information to say that Scream 8, the script, is going through rewrites or there's a delay in production? Number one, there's no delay because there's no date set for theatrical release yet, and there's no production filming date yet either for the start date of that. So there's no delays. Rewrites, maybe there's rewrites for numerous reasons, okay? But where do these rumors come from? This is my opinion. A lot of the rumors usually come from the accounts that only speak about Scream, that their one niche is Scream. So when you have an account that their only subject that they cover is Scream, what happens when there's a huge drought of Scream news and Scream updates? Are they going to keep talking about the same things over and over and over again? No. So they are going to invent stuff to make content because they need their engagement to be high to stay monetized. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking by it. Because sometimes the things that they come up with, they're so ludicrous and so silly that I'm like, you're just coming up with shit. It's just, I don't believe it. And it happens on YouTube, and it happens also on Twitter. I see so many accounts on Twitter right now constantly talking about Hayden Panettiere since she passed away, because finally they have something related to Scream that they can talk about, and they're using that to their advantage, and they're benefiting from it. And I get it. That's how the game is played. But to use someone who recently passed for that purpose, to me, is vile. Which is why I was so hesitant to even share my little bit of information about Hayden with you guys. And again, what I'm sharing with you is allegedly, right? That's what someone told me who is very high up in the ladder, who has no reason to lie to me. But is there a chance that that is false? Absolutely. Okay? But I don't see why he would share that with me when it's not true. So, another reason why I don't believe any of this is true is because Scream is such a big franchise and such a big name in the industry that if there were rewrites and delays, you know that the trades like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Screen Rant, and all of these other trades, they're going to report on it. Nobody has said anything yet. There's nothing online whatsoever regarding delays or rewrites, except for the influencer accounts. So when you have that, in my opinion, it's logical to assume this is not true because the trades are only going to report it when they have an actual source and an actual thing they can go along with and say, hey, this is true because I have the proof right here. So if you want to question me, you can't because I have proof. The influencer accounts, they don't need that source of information or that like credibility. They can just say whatever they want. Okay? So that is why I don't believe these rumors. That is why I don't think there's any rewrites happening, at least because of the passing of Hayden. Maybe they're doing rewrites because right now they don't know what to do with the movie. Maybe there's a lot of things that could be going on right now, but it's not because of Hayden. So when I see accounts saying, oh, there's rewrites and stuff happening because of her passing, which meant that Kirby was involved, I don't believe you. You're just making that up. There's no way. Okay? All right, guys. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. Please let me know in the comments below what you think, whether you agree with me or not. What you think of these accounts that are constantly talking about Scream and the information that they put out. Do you believe it all the time? Is it sometimes real? Is it all the time fake? Let me know what you think and let's discuss. All right, guys. See you next time. And remember, let's keep it frank together.